Hi guys, my name is Brendan. I'm one of Dom's close friends from high school and beyond. Beyond. So mine's a little bit longer, but I'll try to chalk it up for you guys. Dom and I first met in high school, as I said. I'm still a little fuzzy on when the first moment we actually met was, but the first thing I do remember is a rumor. And the rumor was that there was a freshman that could bench over 220 pounds. Now, when you're playing freshman football, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. Everyone's in the pecking order trying to find their way, trying to get on the stat board. And here's a guy who's a swimmer out benching half the football team. A guy who shaves his legs and out bench more than just freshmen, seniors included. Yeah. But my first real memory was playing freshman baseball with this guy. He played third, I played first, and we begun our criminal operation shortly after. I remember early in my high school career, my mom once asked me who I would go to for drugs. I told her Dom. I really did. I said Dom because of all my friends, I felt like he was the guy that would know where to go to get drugs. And so I'm reminded of the Christmas story. You know, when Ralphie tells his mom, "Where did you learn the F-bomb from?" And he said his best friend, and he got the tar beaten out of him. Yeah. That's how we viewed it. I had no clue where to get drugs, and my mom really just wanted to see if I was a drug addict or who I knew where the bad apples were. But if you know Dom, you know that that is not his character. You know that is nothing like who he is today and who he was back then. It didn't matter who Dom hung out with, sports, theater, student council, he seemed to know everybody, and I admired that about him. He hung out with all the good people, and we really enjoyed that about him. Shortly after meeting him, I could tell that he was a very outgoing and outrageous, adventurous person. In the first couple years of our friendship, we shared many adventures together. I can tell you that he was kind in the way that he spoke to people. He was generally interested in what you had to say. He was smart, generous, brave, honest, and so many other wonderful qualities. My first impression of Dom was that there was something that you don't find in people often. He was genuine. Someone that I wanted to call brother till the end. I shared with you earlier about the drug dealer story. What's ironic about this story is my first introduction to tobacco was actually with Dom and Riley on our infamous Saguaro Lake trip. I don't have enough time to tell you all of these semi-illegal things that we did. But surprisingly, we came out with clean records and we graduated. Because of this, our time in high school, we had a lovely family that we started. And what started out as a Sunday night tradition, doing a popular TV show, turned out to be a very nice family of people. Most of the people you see here at the other tables chalked up of mostly Valley alum, and we've added to our little family since then. And even though after many of us have left the state and gone to our life's aspirations and our careers, it still holds true today of our little family. For those of you who don't know, Dom was diagnosed with cancer in high school, just 2 days before graduation. And in many ways, that saved our little merry band of misfits. We all stepped up to the plate trying to figure out who was going to be with Dom during his days in treatment and his long nights in the hospital, who was going to take him to appointments and such forth. I still remember getting the call from Riley when I was in San Diego vacationing with some family, and I didn't speak for the rest of the day because I was still coming together with what was going on. Little did I know after that phone call that there was going to be many long nights and hard times after that. But it saved our friendship. It saved all of our little family. I can't think of anybody else in my life who quite literally could have kicked cancer's ass other than Dom. He was a fighter, but the true champion of it all was Bree. I remember Dom coming up to me shortly after it all happened, and he told me that, I can't imagine having this conversation. He told her that if you want to leave, I can understand if you don't want to be with me through this really hard time. And she said, I'm in it no matter what. It was an early sign of Bree's absolute stubbornness. I've had the pleasure of getting to know Bree really well also. Shortly after, let me start with this. I met Bree in high school in an acting class. She left a month later. I think that was a sign not to become an actor, but oh well. I didn't really know Bree until he introduced her to me, and I really started to like her. I really did. I became the ultimate third wheel after they introduced her. We went to movies, we went to dinner, we hung out at the house. You name it, I was welcome to whatever it was that they were doing. I liked her so much that I invited her to work for me and my dad in college. She had no idea what was waiting at the other end of that. We worked, 2 months, 3 months in a hot, dusty box all summer in Phoenix. She almost died of dehydration at one point. It's the closest I ever came to killing her, I'll tell you. But we developed a very special friendship. We became very close, became good friends through it all, and I can honestly say that there is no better woman for this man right here than Bree right there. Dom, you have taught me so many things that are important to me, like habits that my mom never thought I'd learn. Cleaning my room, cleaning up after each other, time management, eating right. You taught me how to break habits, like how you are a very introverted person, but I know that you're one of the most extroverted and adventurous people that I know. Your perseverance and bravery in fighting cancer and your challenges of your faith. You have taught me and our merry little band of misfits so many things, and you have so much to teach. So I challenge you with 3 things. As you start this next chapter of life, the first is to be the best husband that you can be. And I have a verse for you, Ecclesiastes 4:19-12. And it says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone else who has no one to help them up. Also, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, 2 can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. You have to remember that with this relationship, you're going to have a lot of compromise and you're going to have a lot of forgiveness. But what makes you the best is knowing that you're both human and you have to remember what's most important, each other. The second is that you be the best friend that you can be. Sharing your gifts and qualities are like a wildfire. You have so much to offer, and never ever close yourself off to you or your wonderful bride. The third is to be the best believer that you can be. God is good, God is powerful, God is loving. And I know that this is only the beginning of the building of a truly great man. And that is only possible if you continue to follow him and listen to him. I'll end with this. You will always have someone to lean on with myself and the men that sit beside you. We love you and we will always be here for you when you need to be picked up, or Bree needs to be picked up. I love you, brother, and congratulations to you and your bride in this next wonderful season.